WesWes, y'all.
Alright, we're back here on the WesWes SPORTSKAST talking about some NFL this time. We're talking about our week 7's just gone past. The last episode, we at the beginning of the episode, we had a rundown on the table. The table hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is the Bengals are now top of the AFC, beating the Ravens in week 7. So I just want to start off by giving a little review of the week that was in NFL. So I have my brothers here in the house, Lando and Ash. What's up, boys? Ash, man.
What's up, man? Oh, tell you, man, we had a good weekend this past weekend, man. In NFL had some good games, some close games, some blowouts, some shit we all predicted, and some shit we didn't. I'll just start off with my Bears getting blown out by Tampa Bay. I didn't see that coming, Oos. No, I'm just kidding, Oos. I actually traded away my defense in my fantasy league. I just wish it wasn't so bad. But anyways, Tom Brady, the Bucks, they did their duty, and they put us away early, man. They had like 21 first quarter points, I think. They had 3 touchdowns. Maybe it was 4, but we'll have to get into the details. But it was Brady's 600 touchdown pass during the game. It's monumental shit. Can I say? Evans had a fucking hat trick. And, yeah, Bucks sitting nice. Where the Bucks sitting at? They second in the league at the moment. Tied with Green Bay. But who else we had? Giants blew out Carolina 25-3, and that was without Saquon. But unfortunately, Carolina didn't have Christian McCaffrey as well, so it was sort of bottom feeders there. Green Bay knocked out Washington like they supposed to. You had the Browns taking out the Broncos in a close one. And then the Raiders doing their business with the Eagles. I know you're talking about Cincinnati being 5-2, but it's funny, man, when you look at the standings and you see the Raiders and the Titans and Buffalo and even Baltimore, even though they just lost, all sitting there with only 2 losses. Oh, and the Chargers. So it's a pretty tight. The top of the AFC is pretty tight at the moment. Out in the NFC, big winners, you had teams like, who was it? The Rams. That was a revenge game with Richard Goff going against Matt Stafford against their old teams. Apparently, they did a little, what do you call it, a tribute for Jared Goff and Brockers, but they did it real early, so nobody really saw that shit. Like, but as usual, Jared Goff did his thing, do 270 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions, and got sacked twice. Meanwhile, Stafford threw for 334, got himself 3 TDs, and Cooper Kupp went off. If you had him on your fantasy league team, you probably won. Same like New Orleans. New Orleans play. Oh, there we go. That was yesterday's game. That was Monday night. He had New Orleans and Seattle. Fortunately for Seattle, they got no Russell Wilson, so they stuck with Geno Smith. We all know that Geno Smith, he's no superstar. That's why he's a backup. And unfortunately, they thought, shit, we gonna win on the first play when they had DK Metcalf for that 84-yard touchdown. But unfortunately, that motherfucker only threw 83 more yards for the rest of the game. Sorry. So New Orleans, I mean, if you look at what Alvin Kamara did, that shit was ridiculous. Homie he rushed for 51 yards and 20 carries, which is sort of average, right? But then he caught 128 yards from 10 passes, and he got the only touchdown. So if you had him on your fantasy league team, you also won. Because that motherfucker, in my league, he gave you 30 points. But yeah, that's why you got Tampa, you got Arizona, and you got Green Bay all sitting up at the top of the table in the NFC. And that just leads us on to next week.
Nice. So, out of all of that, like, we'll just talk about the Bengals Ravens game, because I know you, Lando, you called it last week, and it came true. So
yeah.
So what was your secret?
And just got a little bit of inside knowledge from your podcast, Eos, and they were just saying, just with Lamar Jackson and how he's been carrying the Ravens in the last 2 to 3 weeks, bro, it's purely been on him to turn it around and make those comebacks, and that against a good Bengals team who's like putting their season together. It's coming up to the midway point, bro. I look like they said this could be the come down game for Lamar, and obviously it was. Man, look, that D line, bro, handled him, chased on that backside. Like, Lamar's elusive as, but if you keep him in the pocket and then just hustle D ends, just hustle D tackles, push through the middle or hold their guys, then he's got no space to run around and he's got to try run through. So whatever the D line did, man, on that day was mean. Sam Hubbard came through, the free agent pickup Trey Hendrickson from the Saints last year. He managed to collect some as well, and I think he's sitting at second or top 5 at least in sacks this year so far. So, and saying there too, bro, for him to hold on to the ball, their secondary had to be doing something as well, in the back end. So, making sure that Hollywood Brown doesn't get loose. I don't know if they got Sammy Watkins in that team this year, or if he's somewhere else.
Yeah, man.
They do.
Sammy Watkins over there.
Yeah. So look, they've got a couple of game breakers and at the skill player position, skill position. So, Mark Andrews was dropping balls, bro, because I got that guy in my league, and frick, man, the guy gets at least 10 targets a game, but far out, bro. He got his targets, but just couldn't hold on to the ball. The ball was either behind him or just too far out in front of him, and just couldn't convert. So, like those guys there, especially Mark Andrews for Lamar Jackson, who's his outlet, and in that zone, or just for him to their safety valve, bro, it just wasn't working for Lamar. And then obviously the run game, Lamar's gonna get his rushing yards, but still, like we were talking about it last week, bro. The more that guy gets touched or far out, he's gonna get sassed up, bro, and he ain't gonna be getting up. So that guy's gotta be careful, and those running backs have to play their part.
This must be a big sort of step backwards for the Ravens. Like I think you mentioned before, like it's kind of like Lamar's on his own sometimes in the game, and he needs more than that. But Ash, what's your take on that Ravens and Bengals game?
Well, tell you, man, like, go back just to continue on from what Deuce Orlando was saying about Lamar, man. Like, he rushed for 88 yards. Like, he was their team's leading rusher. But as we already know, they're like on to their 6th, 7th, 8th string running backs. Like, they're all fucked up. Well, it's the D line. The offensive line is not doing their job in the to open up those holes for the rushing. Lamar only gets his yards because he's elusive and gets on the outside. The easy yards up the middle. But yeah, no, it was like Lando was saying. The teammates, who's at Burrow and Chase getting off. Chase, another one, eating up the fantasy points, man. And then they've got their sort of running back by committee where Mixon and Perrine got 50 yards each. So yeah, no, I mean, look, it was a close game almost up until the halfway through the third quarter, and then you had Cincinnati score four unanswered touchdowns on 32-yard passing, 82-yard pass to the 20-yard and 46-yard run. So I mean, Baltimore's got issues on both sides of the ball, and yeah, who knows? Maybe they didn't deserve all those wins they got early in the season. Because, like you said, Lamar can't just can't be the only one doing all the heavy lifting.
I think like
So
what Ash was saying, because what Ash was saying too is that secondary for the Ravens is getting exposed, bro. Something as simple as like tackling too, like that. If you saw the highlight for Jamar Chase when he got that 70-yarder, I think, bro, he just like ran a short quick in, bro, bang, caught it, went between two guys, spun out of a tackle, and then gone skis, bro. It's like, come on, man. That's not like a typical Ravens defense. And we spoke about personas and identities. I think that on the last podcast, bro, and like that isn't reminiscent of what a Ravens defense should be like. So, like Ash was saying, bro, that defense has to take a long look at themselves, especially their secondary, because you can't let a rookie, bro, blow you up for 200 plus yards. And like I said, bro, that guy is like fantasy league winner. So I had him and Mike Evans on my team.
Oh hell no! You had both of them. This motherfucker.
Let's go.
So I drafted Chase, and I ended up trading his ass. Like, yeah, because I was trying to get like one of the Bears wide receivers, and I didn't have Mooney on my draft picks. And when it popped up before game during was it preseason when we had our draft? I can't remember, but I ended up swapping the two out.
Yeah, because he didn't catch anything, bro, during the preseason. 4 games he caught squat. He got
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought 4 more.
shot to this straight up. And Mooney was going off in the preseason. He was catching everything, and it was just it was him and A-Rob. And now A-Rob's getting nothing. Well, that's because Justin Fields can't throw the ball because half the time he's on his ass because he just got sacked and shit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
No, let's talk about it now. So,
let's put some salt in the wound, motherfucker. Yeah,
you mentioned Justin Fields. That's your team. That's your quarterback, bro.
Nah, man, that's my quarterback. We finally got a franchise quarterback, dog. I don't give a fuck, man. Look, it ain't this year, but this is the funny thing. I would tell y'all something funny, right? The Bears, we playing San Francisco next week. The Niners suck right now. This is our perfect get-back game, and we at home. We get a chance to beat the fuck up on Jimmy G, put his ass out for good, so Trey Lance could be the starting quarterback for San Fran. I grew up hating the Niners, man, but real shit, like this is their chance to get better. You know what I mean? They got Deebo Samuels, they got Ayuk or whatever the other wide receiver.
Little gadget players.
Unfortunately, dog, what y'all thought, man? All the across the entire league, we're seeing way more injuries with the running backs. Like all the teams. Like where it's like multiple injuries on top of injuries on top of injuries, and you're just like, bro, what? I've never seen it where you got like 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 teams all playing with like the 3rd, 4th string running backs. That's fucking out of it, man.
Like the Browns are a perfect example of that at the moment, bro. They got like two really, really good. Like Nick Chubb was, I think, 2nd or 3rd last year in the rushing yards, bro. And look, he's been out for like 2-3 weeks, flipping the Kareem Hunt. You know, the other guy.
I was desperate and got Kareem and got lucky because then Kareem started balling out, and I was like, yeah, that's right, motherfuckers. I know, man. Just follow me, man. I can see the future.
Because the Chiefs dropped his ass after that. What do you call it? That DVE. They dropped his ass after the DV, and then next minute he kind of like takes a year out, bro. Comes back to the Browns, bro. Rips shit up. So it's like, yeah.
The Bears we almost signed his ass.
Hey.
Like yeah, man. They were real close because remember he was with Coach Nagy over at KC.
True. That's
like
interesting.
Before and shit.
Yeah. That's interesting, as bro. What do you reckon of Nagy not getting his quarterback time to? Well, fucking join our place.
Bro, fuck Nagy. I could call a better place than Nagy, man. Like, I swear to God, it is the most frustrating shit to watch. It's like you gotta make 9 yards, so he designs the plays so that the motherfucker stops at the 56 yard. It doesn't like cross his mind. Nah, man, we gotta get a first down. It's 3rd down, though. Time and time again. Like run. Guess what? Guess what we're gonna do next? We're gonna run. And guess what we're gonna do after that? We're gonna run. Sorry?
Guy Montgomery's out, eh?
Yeah. It's David Montgomery. Ty Montgomery, speaking of, he's playing for New Orleans. And he's doing fuck all.
Yeah.
That's a waste of talent, man.
Well, he burned his shit when he left Green Bay, bro. Talking all that shit or something.
Fuck Green Bay. That's why.
You would say that. You would say that. Bro, how about in the Packers? Well, it's funny.
Don't make me do the Green Bay one. I swear to God, I hope you got all the notes for the Green Bay shit, because I've got some shit here, and I don't want to have to say this shit because it's nothing but good shit about Green Bay.
Oh, don't worry, it's not gonna be like that next week, Goose. Our Cousins are gonna rip their shit up, bro. Straight up.
Oh, of course. No, I got that happening too.
So yeah, man. Just flip back. What were we talking about, Cam? What team? Fuck, lost track.
Yeah, because Asheville is trying to change the subject.
Oh,
so
the Bucks.
take it back.
600, yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Bucks.
Trying to diss Aaron Rodgers. Fuck the Packers.
Bro, my dad's a Packers fan. He trying to get my son Packers.
Oh,
shit,
got a little fight.
Nah, bro, straight up burn that shit, eh? Like cut it up.
Yeah, man. It's toilet paper, dog.
Bro,
it's as good as the Celtics jersey.
Straight up. So nah, bro, that game, like, it was tough. It was always gonna be tough for Justin Fields, no matter what. I don't know. You can talk about your O-line also. I don't know if it's set up for him to be successful.
Oh, it's destroyed. They're like down to like they're pulling off dudes off the street, man, to say, "Hey, Tilly, you big enough, man? Come jump on the O-line." Straight up, like we're just getting back. Like our second highest pick had surgery and shit. Tevin Jenkins, he was I think he's the left guard for Oklahoma State. He was the man, and he didn't even get to preseason surgery. Yeah. Next we had 2 or 3 other dudes drop off from injuries, and I think we're getting one dude back this week. We pulled fucking James Daniels, Jason Peters
Yeah, I saw that.
out of retirement.
Like,
that motherfucker was fishing.
Bro.
Cam, true story. It was this motherfucker was fishing and got the phone call.
I saw him at
It's
left
like
tackle,
Stephen
bro.
Donald and shit.
Yeah, bro. He's
before
like
the Bears,
nearly 40
and
years
not
old.
the All Blacks.
He's nearly 40 years old. He's playing blindside, like he's protecting Justin Fields blindside, and then like he's gotta protect them against Ndamukong, JPP, that rookie they got coming off the edge, bro. He's super fast, bro. And then they got Shaq Barrett. Like, come on, man. Like, bro, the guy's nearly 40 years old, and he's gotta like beat all these guys that are flipping not only 10 years younger than him. 5 years
Homie
younger.
was straight fishing like 2 months ago. He wasn't even fucking thinking about playing. Like, he was just like, man. He's out there like, I wonder how the Eagles gonna do this year.
Hard.
Nick made it.
That's right, shit. I saw that.
Because it looks in the mirror. Oh yeah, I can still do this shit. Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah, I feel for your team, bro.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Khalil Herbert got 100 yards, right?
That guy's
Like-
on my fantasy.
Same, Moose. Same. And I just picked up David Montgomery. So as soon as that motherfucker gets healthy, it's just gonna be like, whoop, and then Khalil can hit the road, and I'll find somebody else's shit. Then I'll go and pick up Mooney again, because I just dropped. Well, I'm trying to drop him right now.
Man, fuck. Yeah. I don't know. Like the way that the Bucks are rolling us, I don't think you gotta be in your prime. You sort of gotta be in like fucking not mid-season form, but like playoff form to play against top teams like that at the moment. Especially the offense, bro, is killer, bro. Leonard Fournette is like killing it right now.
Bro, they got the #1 offense in the league. Tampa. Like they smoking folks.
They got mean balance, bro. They got mean balance in offense.
I thought we had a chance with no Gronk and AB, but unfortunately, it just meant that he just. So I got Godwin. On my fantasy as well. So it's like, I was like, yeah, just I don't care. I know that we're gonna lose, but let's just if they could give all the points to Godwin. And I was watching with my brother-in-law, and he had Evans, and every time he scored a touchdown, I was like, yeah, but I was thinking, fuck, like.
At least give me 10 receptions. Give me that bonus
Oh
shit.
man.
Give me that bonus shit. But see, like, fuck, even if Gronk and AB are gone, bro, like, you just named 2 wide receivers who could be #1s anywhere in the league. But then they also got OJ Howard and Cameron Brate, bro. So, like,
Bro, and they doing nothing.
Bro.
And they doing nothing to those.
But that's
they
like-
just there.
just run a route.
Man.
Run this route.
Those motherfuckers are hoarding, dog. They're like the All Blacks. Fucking what they do to us is shit. Hoarding all the goddamn players, man. Nah, but real shit, man. Like Tampa, what the fuck?
That'll be interesting. Once they get their secondary sorted too. I know they got their 2 starting flipping cornerbacks, and plus Richard Sherman didn't play either last week because he's got a hemi.
And somebody got hurt. Somebody got hurt too in the game, didn't they? They lost another one. Like they getting fucked up in the secondary, and that's why I started Mooney last week, because I thought, fuck, if we got a chance, it'll be in the secondary. It won't be the running back. I had to put Herbert in, but Mooney, I thought he had a chance, but unfortunately, Justin Fields is still getting sacked.
Yo, but fuck, you said that. I guess like, and even when Montgomery before he did get injured, bro, fuck, he's were getting like 100+, bro. You know, on the ground. Like, and then for that guy to come through to run against, remember Vita Vea and Ndamukong, like that front four,
Straight
bro.
up.
Fuck, that's on, bro. And plus they got.
Bro, last year, when we played the Bucks last year, we won it. Remember that was the game where Brady supposedly
fourth
fucking
down.
forgot it
Yeah,
was fourth down.
Fourth down.
We're like, motherfucker, you do that shit. Hey, you waiting for a 5th down? You trying to buy yourself a 5th down, motherfucker? It's like, nah. But you know, David Montgomery, when we drafted him last year and he came into the league, he came from college and he was the #1 rusher with yards after contact.
Ooh.
And he's been that guy. Last year he was, I think, number 2 or 3 in the league last year. And this year he was on his fucking way to be #1. But yeah, he hurt himself and shit. But his knee, apparently they reckon he'll be back in a week or 2. So that's why I picked him up, because I thought, once he's back, then we'll do a little bit of business. But, you know, the only reason we talk about the Bears is I'm a Bears fan.
Yo, 100%,
you know, there's
bro.
so many other teams out here, man. Fuck, man.
Plus, yeah, bro.
Yo, Pittsburgh, Goose. Yo, Pittsburgh. I got them winning next week, Goose. That's their revenge game.
I can see.
You got Cleveland. That's
yeah,
one of those games where it doesn't matter how good either team is. It's always a good game.
Rival, bro. Division rivals,
That's right.
bro.
And that's your get back, Goose. You watch. I got you, man.
Hey, I'm not a superstitious guy, but Juju Smith-Schuster's injured, so they might win. So they'll win. So Steelers will win.
Sad, dog.
Keep giving the ball to Najee Harris. Fuck, he'll be on, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, man.
That guy's he's a beast. Oh, who else have we got on on the lineup.
Yeah, I just want to touch on we talked about you guys touched on the Bucks, but I just want to just touch on the Cardinals. Now they're expected to win this week, which puts them up to 7-0, which is undefeated right now. But where do you guys see the Cardinals in the long run?
At least,
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ash?
no, you go ahead, Lando.
Deep, bro. Deep playoff run. I think Kyler Murray's in a comfortable position. Him and Cliff Kingsbury are like on together. Head coach and quarterback. And then you've got like Flip Hops and I don't know what's happened, but AJ Green's back as well. Then they traded in for Zach Ertz, and I think Zach Ertz scored his first touchdown as a Cardinal too. He's like broke a couple of tackles, bro. So here's a cool thing about
the 66-yarder.
But here's the cool thing about like teams like the Cardinals, bro. Yep, they played shit teams, but at least they put them to the sword, bro. And you gotta like keep that in perspective. And so as long as they're not lowering their level and they're playing at their high standard, no matter who they're gonna jam. So that's what like they got the Packers this week, but in saying that, like they were without Devontae Adams. So if they, and I think Alan Lazard's out too, bro. I saw something. So like all this COVID
for Green Bay.
Yeah, all this COVID COVID and injured reserve shit. So look, man, if the Cardinals are gonna keep doing what they consistently done since the beginning of the season, but they're gonna they should rip them up. Aaron Rodgers being who he is, bro, he'll keep them in the game. But the Cards will just blow their defense out because they're already out like their two best players, bro. With Zadarius Smith out, he's on IR, and that was early in the month. And then Jair Alexander, the cornerback, bro, he's gone. And just remember, Kevin Kings, he's the reason why they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, and that guy is still playing.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, so like, yeah, man, that's I reckon it'll be too much for the Packers to keep up, bro, and it'll take like something. The Cardinals will have to implode to lose the game. That makes sense.
I've got a soft spot for the Cardinals, because I've got my running back from Steelers last year, James Conner. That guy.
Yeah, I do, bro.
I don't know. Oh man, I wish we kept the mate to come on for Najee, but yeah, man, I think he gets some more money too, so it's a good deal for him.
Good money to be sitting on the bench. I had that motherfucker on my team. Like he was getting touchdowns. He was getting touchdowns in the close quarters. So it was fucked up for Chase Edmonds, because as soon as they get into the 10, 15 yard range, they would just be like, nah, Tony, just go out. We just give this guy real quick, man. And he was just like on the 3 yarders and shit, 2-yard touchdown. Got like 40 yards of the game and 2 touchdowns. Like it's great. I love it because I had him and shit. I think they flex.
I think in the game they put him in at the line because they're as a trick play.
Yeah.
So the opposition can think that they're going to go to him, but they didn't. So.
Oh, that should be something that we should talk about too later on in the podcast. Those trick plays, bro. There's a whole bunch of them this week, man.
Especially the Lions game.
Oh, bro, hard out Lions.
The opening drive.
Yeah. Oh, opening drive and their kickoff. And their punt. Oh, bro, there's so many. Anyway, talk about it later.
Oh, man, y'all lucky, man. I missed that shit, man.
Oh, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about it later, but we were messaging in the chat about it.
Hey, but back real quickly, back to the Arizona shit. Hey, man, I reckon talking next week, Arizona will be 8-0. I totally agree with you, Lando. Arizona they're gonna win. Might be a little bit of a tight one, but I think in the end, this is gonna be too much, man. It's funny when you think of like Arizona, you think of like an offensive team. These motherfuckers, they're ranked number 3 in the league in defense. Like it's not even about their offense, it's about their defense. But they still kill it on the offensive side. Like check it out. Where do I have this shit written up, man? Yeah, no, look, you got Hopkins versus Adams. They're pretty much the 2 number 1 wide receivers in the league right now. And Hopkins walking in with 420 and 7 touchdowns, and Devontae walking in with 744 yards, but only 3 touchdowns. But at the end of the day, you're still staring at fucking Aaron Rodgers. What's he got? He got 15 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. You got Kyler Murray. By the way, he's my starting quarterback. But he's 17 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. It's gonna be a sick game, and you'd think that it'd actually be closer than that, but Vegas got Arizona by 6.5. So that just goes to show that they respect it, not just the defense, but the offense as well. And unfortunately for Green Bay, they gonna fucking lose. Open up that door, man. We coming.
Hey, also, I'm the same with the AFC East. Also, I'm the same with my pets.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
bro.
There's a chance
I was telling
until
you
it's
this guy.
mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
We go next year.
But hey, also, you gotta own your team, eh? You gotta own your team. See, as I'm trying to tell Cam, bro, you gotta own your team also.
When they win, you win. When they lose, and they always lose, that you lose too. But it's okay because when they win, it's just gonna make it that much better.
Ooh. Preach, us, preach.
You're a fucking pack. You a Patriots fan. You win the whole weeks, man. This motherfucker know all about it.
Last 2
This shit.
decades, what's up? We've been to half of the Super Bowls.
But so as shitty as it is being a Bears fan, it feels good being a Lakers fan.
Hey.
Because in every decade we got wins and shit. But unfortunately for my Bears, that shit's few and far between. First off, I've kicked it with you, Lando, but I started as a Bears fan as a little kid, man. It was my first team of any sport when I was 4. My cousins in Hawaii gave me a hat after they won the Super Bowl, and that was it. Game over.
Was
You
that
want
the
look at all my childhood game? Sorry?
Was that the 85?
Yeah, it was the 85 Bears, man. After they won the Super Bowl, my cousin in Hawaii, they fucking gave me this Bears hat, and that was it. My dad started watching football, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll go for the Rams." It's like, go for the Bears and shit, and that was it. You look at all my childhood photos, man. I'm always wearing like a Bears like jumper or some shit. My bedroom, you can see the Bears sheets and shit. I had the helmet and the pads. I used to sleep in that shit on Saturday nights for Sunday morning to watch the game, if they aired it in Cali. And with my dad, we run a little play. Anyways, yeah.
Nah, bro.
That's why I love my Bears.
Yeah, bro, hard up.
Sorry, man.
Nah, don't
Sorry
be,
for the
bro.
story.
I know your roster. From way back. Fuck, it's all good, G. We'll talk another time about it. We'll chop it
We'll
up.
have a Bears
chop it up.
episode special. But I just want to get back to what we touched on earlier. Like, so the Rams, they beat the Lions 28-19, but the Lions actually deserved to win that game because of the 2 trick plays we talked about at the start of the opening drive. So, Lando, can you just give a breakdown on those on what happened?
Yeah,
there?
bro. So I was fortunate enough to catch. I think it was like the first quarter. I was expecting the Lions to blow them out. So, frick, what happened on the first one was what were we talking about? I remember the second one, which was the fake.
The trick plays.
The trick plays. What was the first trick play?
It was the last trick play was the fake punt.
Yeah, and then
They faked the punt, but the first one was the I don't know the term in NFL, but he did a grubber kick.
Oh no, yeah. It was the
they took it
restart.
back.
It was the restart. So they faked.
Restart, yeah.
They faked the. They faked the.
Oh, they did an onside
kickoff.
kick.
Yeah, nah, yeah. Well, flip, debatable, because they lined up like a normal kickoff. But
Don't mind me. I'm just looking at it right now.
yeah, bro.
What the fuck
But there
you
was
talking
one
about this
before
shit?
that, because I think they received the ball. Did they? And I think they received. But there was like 3 trick plays in the game, bro. But
I'll tell you, they're playing all 3 right here.
Yeah.
Here we go. The first one. Oh hell, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong shit.
no, all good.
Fucking
But
hell,
that kickoff sort of like, oh bro, I don't know. So they got it. Yep, it paid off. No, don't get me wrong. But then they pulled out the fake punt, and then like I was like, fuck, man, because it's cool to have trick plays also, but you gotta score. That's the difference. And all they're trying to do is just get position. And so they're not.
Oh, they did an onside kick.
Yeah,
Is this the one in the beginning of the game after
Bro,
they scored a touchdown?
straight up. Yeah, so they scored the
Oh,
touchdown.
and they recovered it too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But there was a trick play in the touchdown drive, and their first one too. So, like I was trying to say in our chat, is like trick plays aren't sustainable, only because they're, I don't know what the word is, but they're atypical, bro, of the game, of the flow of the game, and you can't win if that's your bread and butter. So look, man, hats off to the Lions and what's his name, Dan Campbell, head coach and special team coach, all the and the offensive coach for doing that in the game and having the nuts to call it. But bro, like at the end of the day, you gotta come. What's your bread and butter? What's your identity on the offense? Because their defense is shocking, they're down a couple of players. I know they're down the ex-guy from the Patriots, the defensive end. So he's on IR or some rubbish.
They're Brockers.
Nah, not Brockers. It's the DN who came from the Pats. Trey
Oh, from the Pats to who?
to the Lions. They
Is
paid.
it that Chung? No.
Nah, not Chung. Chung retired, bro, but it's
Oh no, sorry, he retired. No, he was in the news on something. That's what it was. Sorry, no, I got the shit confused. That's right.
it might be Trey Flowers. I can't remember, but anyway, like
No, it's Flowers. It is.
It
It's
is.
Flowers Zeus
It
because
is.
I had him on my defense. I play a defensive league as well. And,
We'll talk
yeah,
soon. We'll
nah.
talk soon. Yeah, me too.
Oh, you too?
Anyway, but like you gotta play it out, dude. Can't like come back to yours, Cam. As if you're relying on trick plays, you gotta score as opposed to hold on to possession. If you can't score, it's not gonna win you the game at the end of the day. And like they're playing against a superior team, bro. Jalen Ramsey was on that game, bro. That guy's 6'2", 200 pounds, bro, 210. But he's a beast at cornerback who eventually moved to safety, like at the back end of his career and do like a Charles Woodson. But man, that guy was, bro. He hit some. Fuck, he hit some.
Bro, he's
bugger.
fucking yeah.
He
Oh,
fucking hit them, bro. He laid them out, bro. Fuck, he like came into the hole. I think he played at the line of scrimmage a couple of times, from his cornerback position, bro, and lit up Swift, bro. It was fucking mean. It's cool to see a cornerback do that, bro, because sometimes they come off as pussy ass little bitches, but fuck, he's a dog. Bro.
Nah, they're the hardest motherfuckers on the field. Like straight up, I've seen so many little corners get ran the fuck over or like throw the biggest pops on some of the biggest dudes, and you're just like, damn, he just did that. He's like fucking 5'10", 5'11". That motherfucker's like 6'5", 220, and he just got fucking whopped by this little ass fucking corner and shit. Like, yeah, nah, props to the corners, man.
No. But yeah, that's how that game played out, bro. And obviously Stafford's the superior talent, bro, as opposed to Jared Goff. Jared Goff, I think we were talking about personas of a quarterback, and Jared Goff's more like a facilitator or game manager, bro. You just like, you just get him to just feed the ball to someone else. He's not gonna take those deep passes, which kind of sucks for for the fast dudes or those who can like beat their man 1-on-1 for jump balls or just on a go route. But flipping Matt Stafford, bro, is just gonna fling the ball left, right, center, 20 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards, easy.
He had Megatron to learn how to throw a damn ball to. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Like he had a college career though, but he had some wide receivers to throw to in his time, and I can't stand the line because I'm a Bears fan, but fucking seeing him leave him, I've been skeptical the whole time. I didn't think it was gonna work, to be honest, because I thought to myself like, I listen to a lot of ESPN LA, and they're always preaching about Rams, Stafford this, Stafford that's. Like, fuck Stafford, man. Like they make him out to be like he was a winner walking in the door with the Rams, but at the end of the day, if you're a great player, you find a way to win. And he was with the Lions for so long and did so shit. Even though, he passed so much. Don't forget who was on their defense. They had some fucking guys on their D as well. And as a quarterback, you run that team. If you're not successful, so anyways, it's good to see him doing good with the Rams. It's good to see the Rams with another good quarterback.
Rather than go with the Lions, Eels.
Fuck the Lions, man.
but
with all that being said, I got Detroit winning next week.
Hey, who they got?
Philly, and they're playing in Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. Yeah.
They're a 3.5-point favorite.
Okay, so in the last podcast when we did our predictions for Week 7, we also went down the list and we identified that there weren't any big games except for one, which was the Chiefs and Titans. And for me, I watched that game, and to me it was kind of boring. It wasn't all cracked up what it was cracked up to be, but the Chiefs got demolished. Yeah, man. So what you guys think of that game?
I loved it. I love watching Pat Mahomes and their fucking offense lose, bro. I love it. Cause you gotta realize, that team, they can score from 99, like one. They're like a one shot, like, bro, boom. They can hit you that way, or they can drive down the field. But man,
and they don't give a fuck.
Nah,
they'll
man.
try it. They'll go on. They'll try fourth down, like on their own 30-yard line, 25-yard line. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fourth down, sweet. Fourth and 12. We running this bitch.
Bro, and Pat Mahomes, he sends all his. Bro,
I formation, motherfucker. They're like, hey, what the fuck? Defense, like, what the hell going on here? He don't give a fuck, man. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a shame. fuck it. I was glad they lost too.
I think it could be like the slump, bro, the Super Bowl slump. You know, you make two in a row, you win one, you lose one, and then like catches up to you. Because it's so hard, bro. Because like the league's built for parity across all teams. Maybe not the Lions or the Jaguars, but for all teams or every other team. So, bro, I gotta say it because they're the only 2-0-16 teams out there, bro. Come on. But like. You got real, yeah. So maybe like now they'll wolf like it's so hard to sustain that mental game to keep going to the Super Bowl, keep going to the Super Bowl. You know, like what Brady's done. Fuck, bro. You gotta realize that's probably never gonna be done again. Like he went to 9 out of 20 while with the Patriots. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. So like, yeah, so happy that they lost, and I'm happy they lost the way they lost because it shows that like remember we spoke about personas last week. Yep. Alpha dog, bro. Junkyard dog. Who's dog, bro? King Henry. And there was a trick play. And the trick play scored us. That's the big difference. That's the difference, bro. Wow.
He threw that shit.
Yeah, G. Minus the jump shot. He threw it. Back of his arm, bro. So, King Henry all the way, baby. I got this. Bro, Ash was alluding to it. It's so fucking hard for a running back to stay healthy. This motherfucker, bro, runs at least 20 to 30 a game. And he still comes up and shows up, bro. Not only does he come up, he shows up every week, bro. So, mad respect to King Henry, bro, and what he's doing right now.
Fucking Derrick Henry is a motherfucking beast. He just runs those assholes. You see that touchdown? I don't think it was this past week. It was the week before. When he fucking he actually accelerated after he ran that dude over and ended up going faster. He went the second highest speed in the league this year. Was ran by his ass. Like he's on some Terminator shit. Does he have a nickname yet? Because is it King Henry?
King Henry, bro.
Is it King Henry? Oh, that motherfucker. He should be Terminator. Fuck that shit. Like that straight up, man. He can. Wow.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Derrick Henry's he's ridiculous. He's absolutely ridiculous. I don't have anything to add to that last game. You pretty much hit it on the head.
Yeah.
Look, Mahomes fucked up, man. Mahomes fucked up. He got sacked 4 times. You know, he just. I got Usos who love the Chiefs, and you know, love to Usos, but at the end of the day, man, you know, there's an end to everything. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, not everybody gets to experience the beginning before and the end before it goes any higher than that. But as a Bears fan, we can feel that all the time. We only get the beginning and we get the end, and leave our man in the middle. But it's great to see the mighty fall. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I like watching Derrick Henry just run people over. It's great, man. It's a throwback to like the 80s, 90s, 70s. The old hard-nosed football, you know, shit's getting a bit soft. We throwing too much. I like to see the running game. I want to see people just hit each other. It's great.
I know, like, bro, honestly, bro, linemen love that shit, bro. They love to run block. It's a chance for them to, like, you know,
that's right.
Fucking push up, bro. Like, show my worth, bro. Like, this is dog eat dog sort of mentality. I got 3 to 5 seconds stuff. Like, F up the guy across from me, and then try to get to the next guy and the guy after that. Try to get as many people on the ground. So it's, you know, it's a beautiful. It can be starting to be a lost art because you know, professional sport is always geared towards the spectator. So whatever looks stylish, whatever looks flashy, they'll skew the rules to look like that. So or to that way. So it's yeah, man. So that's why with the Chiefs, bro, losing and the way they lost to, like, flip, don't want to condone like concussions and stuff, but man, there was some hard defense played. And yeah, big ups to that D line too once again, for what they done against Mahomes, and to that back end for keeping those receivers on lock, bro. I think if Mahomes ended up with like 200 and something yards, an intercept and 2 fumbles or some rubbish like that, bro. So, you know, he attributed to the turnover battle, and that's always gonna be a determining factor, win or lose the game. So. Maybe he's taking too much on, bro. Maybe he's trying to do a Lamar Jackson and then it's not paying off for him like it would normally play out for him back in the day. So, You know, they surrounded them with the O line. Like they put the Super Bowl loss down to the O line. So they got the O lineman. But maybe it's not the O line, and maybe it's just like Mahomes needs to tweak himself, bro, a little bit.
So Lando, well, you know what happened? It happened across the entire league. They didn't address. Well, no, sorry, take that back. Last year they had an amazing O line, right?
Yeah.
It failed them in the Super Bowl and whatnot. They had a few injuries and shit, but they had everybody sorted. And the motherfucking NFL dropped the salary cap.
Oh, true.
They lowered it, and all the teams had to make cuts.
Yo.
Every single team couldn't resign. So, like Bears, for example, we lost Kyle Fuller. He went to Denver where Vic Fangio went. So he was a victim of the cap, and there were guys on every single team. And KC decided they fucking cut 2 guys off their old line.
Yeah.
They did it to themselves because other people picked them up.
Yeah.
And who they got to replace them wasn't. I think they got one back. I don't know. I know that's sort of what happened, right?
Yeah.
And their O line suffered and shit. That game was the first time in Mahomes' career that he had less than 250 passing yards and 0 touchdowns.
Yo, that's massive, bro.
First time in his career, man. Like he got his ass whooped. Like, shame, motherfucker. That's what you get.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, my. See, as a Bears fan, I own that shit because we get told all the time that y'all passed up a hose when they got Mitch Trubisky. They could all eat a dick when the Bears gonna win 3 in a row with Justin Fields later on in his career.
Yo.
So, anyways.
Yep. But yeah. Keep quiet now, bro. Honestly, please. He's a winner.
Because I've been hearing that shit for like years, man.
Winner,
ever since bitch.
Fields is a winner. Down and out winner.
Okay, boys, now that's cool. You know what? I think we should do our predictions at the end of the podcast. But right now, I just want to talk about because I've been hearing rumors about this trade rumors with Tua over in at Dolphins. But can you guys enlighten me what's going on there?
Well, I think like I'll start off with this one. Fucking the whole deal, it's been tossed around for ages. Ever since the whole cases shit popped up, and Houston were like, we thinking of moving them. That's just been in the background, and they've been murmuring about that for a minute anyway. So that just sort of lit the fire into that, and the fact that Tua didn't pop off the way that Miami was hoping he would, with him in and out of the starting lineup last year, and this year being hurt again for, he came back, had a decent game last game. Like I was saying earlier, the Uso had 4 touchdowns and a couple interceptions, but at the end of the day, they only got picked off at the end at a last-second field goal. I didn't watch the game, but fucking, I'm sure it's just looking at the stat box and looking at the highlights, you see that Tua's starting to do a little bit of something, and now it's starting to make a little bit of traction because who is it? Houston's got, is it Stills or no, not Stills? Miles. Yeah, he stepped in, and I mean Houston, they're just a waste of time at the moment. You know what I mean? It would be sad, as a Samoan to see the Uso have to go there and deal with that. It's more promising. He has more promising future over there in Miami. And it was cool because the other day I read something about Denver jumping into that whole Watson situation. So as a Uso, I'll be happy to see fucking that whole movement go between make that trade happen between Denver. Because just leave the Uso alone, man. Don't send him to Houston.
Well, flip. I haven't done a lot of research on that trade, but I heard that Washington was in it, so there was like a 3-way trade.
Was it the third?
Yeah, so that's what I heard. I didn't read the details of it, but bro, there's 2. I think just the legality around Watson. Like, I'm still surprised that organizations still wanna be with him or be associated with him, because he's got 22 of those sexual misconduct.
22 though, that's crazy, man.
Got 22 sexual misconduct charges against him, and they still wanna roll with him, man. I'm like, oh, but I'll come back to what Ash was saying. Tua's not doing bad. It's just called growing pains, bro. The guy was winning at Alabama. Yep, they've got the best recruiting program and always the top 2 college program in the whole country. But I think one of the concerning things was that Tua threw those intercepts in the red zone, and that's always like a big like red thing, with a quarterback. However, like you got to roll with your guy, man. I think they chose him like third overall, like last year or something. Like, far out, like shoot, what are you gonna like? They haven't put any weapons around him. Like Devontae Parker's not back in the lineup; he's in and out because he's injured. They recruited Jalen Waddle from Alabama, one of his ex teammates, and I think he's like on and off, and he's still trying to find his feet. But always come back. The best thing for a rookie quarterback, whenever they come into the league, you got a solid O-line and you got a flippin' nasty ass defense, and you let them go that way. Look at Ben Roethlisberger,
Absolutely.
Russell Wilson, Tom Brady was doing it early in his career. It's like a good formula to grow your quarterback. If you can't do it the way that the Packers done it with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, if you can't do it that way, where you make the rookie sit and then you let go of your legend, then that's like a tried and true strategy for organizations. How you go about it, though, that's a different story. But like, I still reckon, like, bro, keep Tua with you, bro, like, and then give him a proper shot, man. At least like let him play out his rookie deal. Do what the Browns are doing with Baker, bro. Just keep giving a 1 year deal after his rookie, and if it works, it works.
Hard out.
If it doesn't, bro, all good.
And they do it across all the different leagues in the States. You know what I mean? Like where they got guys that are sort of like sort of there, not really there. It's okay to put people on a 1 year deal. There's nothing wrong with that, man. But don't send them to fucking football Timbuktu. You know what I mean? Like NFL Timbuktu in Houston. Who the fuck? They're the dumbest fucking franchise in the NFL. Like, who the fuck gives away DeAndre Hopkins for sweet fuck all? You know what I mean? Like, it's Houston does. They screwed up everything. They've been doing it for a minute. If they were smart, they would have turned this shit back to the Oilers and try to at least get some like old school fans and get some real fans up in there. Maybe get some pride behind that jersey. Because last time I seen them do good, Eddie George was running back, and that's a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. That's a long time ago.
Hey, Eddie George, by the way, he like Derrick Henry.
Yeah, 100%. Not as fast, but just as bruising,
Not as
bro.
fast.
6'2", same height.
Just big and just like
I'm gonna run you over. It's sort of like New York Giants had this fucking massive running back, Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs.
What was his name?
Brandon Jacobs.
Was that Brandon Jacobs?
Yeah.
Oh man, he
one,
was
bro.
the man. He used to just bowl people over. Like these are they're like tight ends. They should be a tight end. You know what I mean? I reckon if LeBron went and played football, like, cause Dallas offered it, like Jerry Jones offered him a tight end contract, right? This is like fucking 10 years ago or some shit. And they offered him a tight end contract. He probably would have ended up being a running back and being one of those guys, just like monstering through shit. Just this big fucking
6'9".
Yeah.
Gorilla ass arms. Fucking kangaroo hops.
Jumping over people, like not even touching not even touching. You can't even touch him.
That would be ratchet. But yeah, that's sort of the buzz, Camber, on the Tua trade, or the Watson Tua trade. Not there. Keep him, bro. Give him a shot, bro. Let him play out his rookie contract, man. It'll be all good. Honestly, I reckon. Get some weapons around him, bro. Protect the bugger.
Nice, boys, nice. I didn't watch the Bucks game, but when I turned on TV the other day on I think it was TV1 News.
Yeah.
And they showed the Bucks game because something happened over there. So apparently, I don't know what the numbers were, but Tom Brady got a milestone. He threw a milestone, and the ball got mistakenly given to a fan in the stands, and
Mike
it got
Evans, bro.
taken back.
Yeah, Mike Evans got his first touchdown, which was the second for the game. Tom Brady's second, and then Mike Evans throws it or gives it away into the crowd.
No, he goes and hands it.
Yeah.
Because he gave it to everybody wearing his jersey. Because he scored 3 touchdowns, right? And every person he gave it to is wearing his jersey.
Yo. So
he like went through and like handed it to that.
And he's like pointing
to
like,
the dude. Yeah.
Fuck off, you. Right.
So apparently this ball automatically is worth $1.5 million.
Oh, bro, that's like 600. so just put some context around it. That was Brady's 600 passing touchdown, and it's one of those ones that is unlikely to be touched, bro. The longer he plays, He's the first guy to do that, obviously. But yeah, man, they ended up they had the equipment manager like talking to him during the game, telling him to yo give it back, we'll do this, we'll do that. And the guy's like, like umming and ahhing, bro. And I think like at the end of the day, he ended up getting like 2 season tickets, one signed Tom Brady jersey, I think like $1,000 worth of like gift vouchers to shop at the store, and
They changed it. They swapped it. It changed again. I heard it today. They came out. They're like, nah, because I heard that's exactly what you said. What you said. That's what they said yesterday, right? Nah, today I listened to the radio. They're like, dude, what an idiot. All he got was a signed helmet, a Tom Brady helmet, a signed Tom Brady helmet, a Mike Evans signed jersey, something else, a Mike Evans maybe signed ball or some shit, and like a couple tickets to some games, and like it was fuck all, man. Like,
but that's honestly worth lifetime tickets, lifetime season.
bro, straight up.
At least.
Oh, dude, and you know what? You know who you make pay for that? Not Tom Brady, Mike Evans. He should have fucking knew that was fucking Tom Brady's 600 touchdown. And you know what?
As Tom Brady, you're gonna fucking pay me. You're paying. You're gonna take me to every
he just walks away.
Every party your wife goes to, you're taking me with you. I'm your guy.
I'm your guy.
But apparently too, bro, because I was watching a little bit on Insta, because Peyton and Eli Manning they call the games, and they were calling the Seahawks and Saints game, and they had Tom Brady on. Apparently Tom Brady's gonna give him 1 Bitcoin, bro. Hey, that Bitcoin.
Because they called that shit.
Because that Bitcoin.
It's like $84,000 or some shit there,
Yeah,
man. That's just a gang of money.
Yo. But that's peanuts. If he's only giving 1 Bitcoin, he must have like fucking 1,000 somewhere or 10,000 somewhere hiding around.
Bro, him and his missus are fucking hella rich, man.
Yo,
they can
straight
afford
up.
whatever
I
the
think
hell
she's
they
like
want,
the-
man. That's why that asshole with the ball should have held on to that motherfucker and been like, and just been, just held on to it for ages, man. They were like, no, I want lifetime tickets for like 5 people.
Yeah.
Just come up with some crazy shit. And like, I want $20,000 in a duffel bag. And like, I want free chicken for the rest of the year.
Every time I walk in this, I want this
Yeah,
card, and
I
every
want
time
free
I go like
chicken.
This, I get free whatever at the fucking store, man. Feed me.
Yeah, man. It's 7-Eleven. I get everything I want from 7-Eleven. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is 7-Eleven? Because it's around the corner from my house, motherfucker. Like some real random
want my
shit. That would have been
parking
great,
space
man.
Right next to Gate A. And I want my seat right down there where the players are.
Right over
Where
there.
The players are. Fuck,
And yeah, I want to be able to come over there and kick it with you guys whatever I want. It's just some real random shit.
Ridiculous, like the man's.
Ridiculous shit. And I want to get an invite to every single Christmas party for the team for the rest of my fucking life. And when I die, that shit goes to my kid. I want 5 invites. You take the Usos every Christmas, man. You had the baddest Christmas party invite, man. All your homies to be like fucking with you the whole year. Now he could have done whatever he wanted, and he chose. Like there were 1 or 2 more things than what I said before, but it was literally fuck all. It was like a signed helmet, a signed Mike Evans jersey. So there were 2 things to do with Mike Evans. It was Tom Brady's helmet, and I don't know if it's the helmet from the game or if it's just a helmet, because I would have asked for his helmet from the game. I'd be like, you can have the ball, I'll take your helmet, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's for all that shit. I want your helmet.
I want your undies.
I want your shoulder pads.
I might not Uncle where? No.
Dad, you're gonna sign every single piece, bro. Damn it.
Everything. You keep the ball, I take everything else.
Oh, hard out.
Yo, you should have done that. Then you can do everything else still.
And I still wouldn't give the ball. Fuck him, bro.
After all that, after the hardest negotiation, be like, nah.
I'm keeping
I was gonna ask you guys what you guys gonna do if he had the ball, but you guys already spoke.
There's never gonna be another 600 touchdown pass. You gotta realize it. Like,
It's the only one.
bro, it's like Jerry Rice's like ridiculous amount of yards or catches. Like, no one's gonna get that. It's just
That's right.
It's too out of this world, bro.
Mm.
You gotta play till you're 50.
It's almost like if LeBron passes Kareem for like most points ever, like the ball from that game. You take that motherfucker, somehow steal that shit. Like, that would be worth a gang of money. You know what I mean? That'll never be done again. Like, it'll be a very long time, just like Tom Brady, if it ever happens. Because people just don't last that long no more.
Lifetimes, bro. Be lifetimes till that happens.
Sweet boys. Hey, I just want to finish up the podcast with just little predictions for week 8. Right, so.
Yes. Who's going first? Yo. Alright, so.
Hold on, there's 2 of you. That one.
Have you made yours yet, Cam, or nah? You gonna make yours later?
Nah, I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I'll just get you guys.
Yo. So we got the Thursday night football happening this Friday in New Zealand. I've got the Cardinals over the Packers.
That's upset, right? Is that upset?
Nah, bro.
Not Cardinals. Cardinals are the 6.5 point favorites. They playing at home.
Yo.
That's the number 3 defense, and the Packers are one of 3 teams who got a top 10 offense and defense. Green Bay touting with the number 3 offense and number 9 defense. But Vegas still give Arizona 6.5, and I'm with Lando. I'm rolling with Arizona.
Yo, because that's the matchups for that one. Remember, Devontae Adams out, and Alan Lazard, and we don't know if what's his name, Toyin and Randall Cobb can pick it up.
Tanyan.
Yeah, that cat.
Tanyan.
The tight end there. Tanyan.
Tanyan.
Then we got Falcons.
I got that as the game of the week, Goose. That's the fucking game of the week. That's the only game. Well, the Bears is my second game.
Division, yeah, bro. You gotta support your team. We've got another division game with the Falcons and the Panthers. I've got the Falcons over the Panthers. Just that last game was real hard to watch. I managed to catch a bit of it with the Panthers challenging. Who did they challenge and got smacked? Because their defense has been on, but in that game, bro.
Carolina got smashed, dude. Carolina got smashed by the Giants, 25-3.
Yeah, that's what it was. And just the Panthers' defense, which has been their like mainstay, their consistency, bro, just fell off, and they fell off against the Giants, which has got a host of like offensive injuries, bro.
Exactly.
So for me, that's for that division game, got the Falcons over them because of that win.
And they got no McCaffrey. They got no Christian McCaffrey as well.
CMC.
And I'm with you.
And
I'm with you. So I got Falcons as well. Vegas got Falcons by 3 anyway. But still, after like last week's win for Atlanta, it gives them a little bit of hope because they only 3-3. So who knows? You know, it's not end of the world just yet for Atlanta. Even though that should be a rebuild.
But and you got to look too, bro. Matt Ryan's playing good too, and Kyle Pitts has gotten two games over 100 yards.
Yo,
so they're number 4 pick this year, bro. Apparently he's supposed to be like Hall of Fame material, but we'll see. I've got Bengals over Jets. Obviously because Jets suck nuts, and like fucking.
That's gonna be a blowout. That's my blowout of the week, Goose. That's just like fucking straight out of fucking Free Willy's blowhole. Like you got fucking what's his name? Because they lost Zach Wilson.
The blowhole and the pool.
Yeah, big blowholes. They down in they in Savai'i at the blowholes. They getting fucked up. Because the Jets they don't even have their quarterback no more. Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he's out with ACL or something apparently in the knee. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Joe Flacco going back? I think I saw that somewhere that Joe Flacco's going back from Philly because they don't need him no more.
Bro.
I read that somewhere. It's just another garbage.
Yeah,
it's end of the year,
Jets
man.
are done.
It's the Jets.
Yeah, bro.
1-5. They're gonna be 1-16.
Put a fork in the moose for the rest of the season. They're gonna have the number 1 pick.
Yep.
I got the Bills to smack the Dolphins in a division game. Then I've got.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's upset or not.
I agree with you. So I got Buffalo too.
Oh.
I got Buffalo and I got Cincy in both those last 2 games. So far, we're the same. We got the exact same picks so far.
So, this is probably a different one for me. Was the Browns against the Steelers? Sorry, also I went against your Steelers. I just feel like the O-line for the Browns showed that they've got it. They didn't have to make Case Keenum like fucking play, so they showed a little bit, and their defense was on. So that's my pick.
Tilly, I got your back, Goose. Pitt's coming off a bye week, dog. Pitt's coming off a bye week. They got the number 6 defense. Cleveland got the number 5 offense. Vegas got Browns by 3.5. Fuck the Browns. I reckon Pitt gonna come back and they gonna get something because it's like, look, it's one of those things where you watch a team and you're like, dude, they just need to click on both sides of the ball at the same fucking time. And I think coming off a bye week, Najee Harris, had a little bit of a rest. This is his first bye week ever. He gonna come out. He gonna drop like 130 130, 140 rushing yards. I got him on one of my teams, but real shit, I think Pitt's gonna win, and it's not gonna be close either.
Ooh.
I got you.
Hey, they're gonna play.
I got
Ooh.
you.
So yep. That's us. We'll see how that one plays out. I reckon Ben's gonna lose it for you, like he always does. This is my upset of the week. I've got the Colts over the Titans, bro. I've got the Colts over the Titans. For some reason, Colts are finding some form. Yep, the Titans are on, but yeah, that's I got no logic to it. Just that the Colts have managed to string some wins together, and it's a division game, and it will come down to, I think they're playing indoors too, so we'll see how it goes.
So just on that game, I actually got Tennessee just because it's Tennessee and they got number 7. They're only favored by a point on the road against Indy. But on your point, I just went back and had a look. Now Indy, it looked like they blew out San Francisco's 30-18, but they actually had 23 second half points. So Carson Wentz got his shit together and actually did something. So yeah, even though I picked Tennessee, like that. Yeah, that would be cool. I'll keep an eye on that.
It's only because, bro, Jonathan Taylor's playing lights out. T.Y. Hilton might be coming back. He did come back the week before, managed to get 80 yards. But then they've got that wide receiver, Michael Pittman. So keep an eye out for him. I think he's in his sophomore year or it's his 3rd year in the league.
Now Pittman's the man. Yeah. No, but don't forget, they've got someone named King Henry.
So it's gonna be defense against defense. Obviously, Titans defense is playing better. But we'll see how they play out. But that's my upset of the week.
Nice.
We got the Eagles versus the Lions, and I think this is where we're differing opinions. I got the Eagles over the Lions. Who have you got, Zeus?
I'm going with the Lions, Zeus. This gonna be their first win of the year, dog. I can't stand those motherfuckers, but we could give them one win, man. And it might as well be against Philly. It just piss everybody off in Philly because I've never liked Philly, whether it's the NFL, NBA, whatever the fuck. Philly Flyers, fucking, what do they do? Phillies. They're the Phillies in fucking baseball. I don't like Philly, but I think Goss got a little bit. He's got something to prove. The Swift's back, but you also got Williams. They got a cool little backfield there, you know. Philly's not doing anything great. They got their asses whooped last week too. So Detroit being at home, they kept it close with the Rams for a minute. You know what I mean? They look cool with it. Like you said, you can't base your identity on trick plays. Now I don't know if you remember, but when the Bears had the double doink, when we were in the playoffs and we hit the fucking bank. That year was when Nagy got Coach of the Year and shit. We had a cool little offense, but all that shit was like our wins. It was the defense that won games, and it was and trick plays. And Detroit's never gonna get close to that. But fuck it, just keep doing it. If it can get you one win, don't end up with a donut. Get that one win, and I think this game against Philly is their chance. This might be their best chance this year to get a win. So that's it's not an upset really, but that would be mine because that's their first win.
But Detroit's got that monkey on the back not to be the first team to get 0-16 twice. 17, bro, hard out.
This would be the first. So they've done 0-16. So they would just be like worse than worse now. Yeah. And I think the Browns did it as well. Did the Browns go 0-16?
It was the Jaguars, bro. It was the Jags. They went 0-16. Bro, that was shockingly bad. And yeah.
That's why. Well, when people used to tease me as being a Bears fan, I'd be like, dude, it could be worse, man.
Yeah,
it could be worse. I gotta be a Lions fan. And I got your back this week. Meow. Fucking little kitten.
I don't know, bro. Lions or Jets, man.
I know, it's pretty fucked up, huh? Do they play this year? That would be a great game. They should make that like just before
Monday
the Super Bowl. The Monday night before the Super Bowl.
Oh shit.
Lions versus Jets.
Yo.
Both 0-17.
Bro, moving on, bro. I've got your team over the Niners. I think the Niners have to come to yours. That's a long drive, bro. A long flight. I think that's going to be too much for them to overcome. Plus the loss that they suffered on the weekend. So yeah, Bears over the Niners in that game.
Yeah, I got Bears all day. We're gonna smash. Khalil Herbert's gonna run for 100 yards. he's finally gonna find like his where his arm is and be like, oh shit, I can actually throw the ball, and he's gonna not just run it, but he's gonna throw it. I got Justin Fields for over like 200 yards this week, man. It's gonna be great. He's gonna get some bombs in there. Last week he had 3 picks. 2 of those picks hit the fucking wide receivers right in their hand, and it bounced up in the air. You know what I mean? There was only one that he forced, really. So it's almost there. It's a work in progress, but my Bears, yeah, I got the Bears as well.
Sicky. Then the Rams versus the Texans. I've got Rams over Texans. Texans are a shit show, bro. I don't know what they're about. Honestly, I don't know what they're on, but the Rams are on something good. Sean McVay's got his quarterback. The quarterback's got an offense he loves. He's got Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods there, so he's got the recipe to win. And that Diesel.
And I'm with you, so I got the Rams as well. That's gonna be that'll be another blowout.
No.
I just hope Higbee gets some points, man, because I've been holding on to him all year so far, and Higbee's got me fuck off.
Oh yeah, bro, the tight end, bro.
I thought Stafford would be throwing it to him, but it's funny. Stafford hasn't been really particular as to, he hasn't found like his target yet. You know what I mean? He sort of spread it out amongst them all.
No, it's
so
Cooper
hoping
Kupp
this week might be Higbee's turn. Cooper Kupp.
Fucking
Cooper Kupp's always gets catchy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But outside of Cooper Kupp, he hasn't really like Von Jefferson's had a couple here and there. Yes, Robert Woods has had some catches, but he's not showing his tight end any love. Yeah. So I hope that shit changes this week because Houston, they're a shit show.
Yo, 100%. Next one, got the Jags versus the Seahawks. Unsure what the Seahawks are all about. The longer Russell Wilson is, the more likely Pete Carroll's going to be in the hot seat. I got the Jags over the Seahawks. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna do a little bit more this week with Urban Meyer. They're coming off the bye. They got that momentum before they went into the bye, so they've got something there to work with. Trevor Lawrence is he's like the next Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, bro. That guy's special, and he's been special for a long time. He's humble. He works hard. So they got James Robinson in the backfield, bro, to control the clock and just dictate the pace of the game. So yeah, that's my pick over the Seahawks until Russell Wilson comes back.
I'll have to go against you there. So I got Seattle, man. Hey. Seattle's only a slight favorite, only slight 3-point favorite, but they playing at home, and they only had a close loss last week, even with Geno Smith. I expect a good week, a bounce back.
That motherfucker's gonna lose the game for them.
Nah, man. Bro, DK Metcalf's gonna win the game. He's gonna have to run back and run over people to catch the ball because he's gonna be thrown so bad. They're lucky they got somebody like DK Metcalf to just push people over and get the ball because it's gonna have to be something like that because
Geno Smith
might be running back up by committee.
He was with the Jets after I think Mark Sanchez. I've seen that guy. I loved him when we played him because he was rubbish.
Yeah, he's horrible.
He's terrible.
Yeah, no, he's bad. But it's unfortunate for him. I just don't think Jack. Oh, you might be right. It'd be cool to see Trevor Lawrence win a game because they won. It was a game that they won in London, wasn't it?
But like you
before
said,
the bye.
The tough man will be the deciding factor.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's gonna be the fans. The defense might come up big. There might be some random ass fucking play that gets. It might be like the third or fourth string running back because that's another team where they got the running back carousel at the moment. You know what I mean? There's no real solid starter. They're just who's not injured. No, it's your turn. So, but I got Seattle there because they're both pretty much rebuilding projects now. Unfortunately for Seattle.
We've got the Chargers. I think they're playing at the Patriots.
No, it's in LA.
It's in LA. Yeah. Sorry, man. I gotta go with my team. I don't know, but I'm vibing right now. 50 points isn't easy to get in the league. So for us to get it, I reckon there's no come down, bro. We're gonna ride this wave for as long as we can. Remember before they went into the bye, the Chargers got smacked by the Ravens. So we'll see how they respond from that and what they do there. But that's my upset too. Will be the Pats over the Chargers, but I don't know if they'll do it. But I liked how we finished. Played that game.
Exactly what you said, but I'm looking at it from the other side. I see it as somewhat of a redemption game for the Chargers. And they're gonna come back and they're gonna punch New England in the mouth. They're gonna get they'll probably get a little bit complacent having fucking Mac Jones going off last week and whatnot. And Harris, running back and shit, getting he had a gang of passing yards, I think, as well as But at the end of the day, you're looking at the number 8 defense versus the number 9 offense. So it'll be a good game. I reckon this will be a close one. And the Chargers get it out in the end just because they're at home, basically, and they're coming off the bye, so they might be a little bit healthier. Give Eckler a little bit more time to sort of be effective. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Plus, we're looking at two of the future quarterbacks at the playing as well. It'll be nice to see the growth. They might be meeting each other in AFC playoff games in the future. So it's a good chance to see them now.
Yeah, man.
I've got the Bucks over the Saints. However, that's my. Don't be surprised if the Saints win it. Just don't be surprised if the Saints win it. There's like that complacency factor, bro. And depending on that, the Saints played a tough game just the other day, so that builds character and fortitude moving forward. So you got to have those tough games. Jameis Winston isn't the same guy he was, because remember he came from the Bucks, and he's not that turnover machine anymore. He's actually looked after the ball quite well. So we'll see. I got the Bucks over the Saints, but don't be surprised if they lose.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Everything you just said, because you got the number 1 defense playing the number 1 offense. New Orleans starting the number 1 defense in the league, and Tampa Bay with number 1 offense. And it's a home game for New Orleans. They're not playing at home anymore, are they? Or have they managed to go back home yet, or is the stadium fucked up still?
I don't know, bro. I haven't seen. If I have a quick look, though, give me about 10 seconds just to figure that one out.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Well, you looked that up. That I reckon Tampa's gonna get it, but again, it's a trap game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because that's gonna be a fucking revenge game of sorts for Jameis Winston. You know, a little bit of a middle finger. It would be awesome. It would be a great redemption sort of story for Jameis Winston. Like I'm sure he's been thinking about that game from the beginning of the season before he even got the fucking starting job. You know, he's been eyeballing that. Like,
yeah, bro.
Fuck those guys. I can't wait for that game. I hope. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that would have been his driving factor to be the starting quarterback. I mean, of course you want to be the starter, but something like that, looking back to be able to get back at the people that drafted you and then got rid of you, you know, and help people put you on blast, you know, not like Ben Simmons, but you know, something like that.
Yeah, 100%. I think it'll come down to matchups, bro. So Kamara versus Devin White, whoever the cornerbacks for the Saints are against, you know, the receivers. And whether or not those matchups, and whoever wins those matchups will probably end up winning the game. Just know that Jameis Winston's got it in him too, bro, to throw 3 to 5 touchdowns as well. So that's what I mean. That's a trap. Like Ash was saying, bro. That's a main trap game for the Bucks if they're not careful. And that's plus a division game, so whoever wins gets the. That's
a double up.
Got Washington versus the Bronx, 2 real bad teams at the moment. I don't know who's worse. I know Bronx started out mean. Washington's lost their identity with their coach Ron Rivera. They're supposed to be this hot defense coming out the gate. They're anything but. You know, they got their quarterbacks all right, but I don't know what's happening there. But I got Washington over the Broncos at the moment. Until
you got Washington.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what it is because they're both bad. But I'm just going to believe that the talent on defense is better than their talent on offense. And they just turn it into an ugly game. Because I think Von Miller's out too. Von Miller's out and Brad Chubb's out. So that's why I also didn't like... I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have those 2 guys coming at you, then, you know, it's not going to be as hard for Taylor Heinicke to get the ball out. But those 2, that was a determining factor for me. Those 2 cats.
Yeah, no, I'm the other way around. I got Denver. They're favored at home. They just had a close loss last week. Again, Washington, the Washington football team, we're in a bad spot right now. They've got a talented young defense. Just unfortunately for them, there's no direction on the offensive side of the ball. I think, because I've said this to Cam before, that I like what's his name, Dwayne Haskins and shit. And I think that when the little bit of time he did play with Washington in the playoffs, like, I thought that they should have given him a little bit more. I know that at the end of the day, they stayed with who they wanted or who was in line anyway. But as you can see, it's a fucking mess over there. I think Denver will pull it out, even missing their 2. They're actually still the number 4 defense in the league, so they might have some. The secondary is not the end of the not the end of the world. Still got Kyle Fuller. You got what's his name? Vic Fangio, who's a defensive-minded coach anyway. So with a team that can't really score against a good D, I'll put my money on Denver. Who is it? Is it Teddy's the quarterback, right? Yeah, and he can make shit happen on his own. You know, I think is it Judy's on his way back?
Yeah, bro. Well, see, that was the thing with Jerry Judy not playing. I was like, ooh, you know what I mean? You need weapons to beat like a good defense like Washington. So we'll see, and whoever wins this game is not going to have any bearing on the season apart from the draft.
Nah. Yeah, I was just gonna. Yeah, exactly. And who gets traded next?
Yeah, true that.
Throw us an offensive lineman. We'll give you a quarter pounder. Give us a six string fucking left guard, please.
Well, hey, Trent Williams was out there last year. Could have gone for him.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what they're thinking. I thought that when KC had to shed some people, I thought they were gonna pick one or two of them up, but they never did.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah. Then we've got the Cowboys versus the Vikings. So obviously Cowboys got all the firepower, bro. I'm rolling with them, but this could be a trap game. The Vikings managed to finish before they went on a bye with a win. It was good to see Adam Thielen because I got him on my team, but I put him on the bench. He got a mean stat line. He ended up with his first 100 game, and I think he got 2 touchdowns too, bro. So yeah, bro. So look, there's something happening there. Kirk Cousins isn't a bad quarterback, but he's not a great one. If they can get Dalvin cooking, bro, that obviously you know what it's like, Ash, bro. With them being in the division, everything goes through Cook. If Cook doesn't get rolling, bro, then that's an easy win. It's an easy layup for the Cowboys.
Yeah. So you going with Minnesota?
Nah, I'm going Cowboys, but it could be a trap.
Sorry, you going Cowboys? Yeah. So I'm with you. So I got the Cowboys as well. Cowboys is one of the other. I can't remember who else was in it, but another team with the top 10 offense and defense. And they're coming fresh off a bye. No. So even though they're going to Minnesota, who's also fresh off a bye, out of the two of them, I can see Dallas smacking them around a bit. Minnesota's got the number 7 defense at the moment, but I think that Dallas got that, and I love to see the Vikings lose. So.
Then last game of week 8, Chiefs and Giants, and redemption game for the Chiefs, bro. But if they don't put them away, if they don't put them to the sword, then there's something wrong with that Chiefs team, or there's something wrong with Mahomes.
This will be a huge game for Kansas City, even though it shouldn't be. Vegas got them favored by 10 points, but we've seen Kansas City looking vulnerable so far this year. And a game like this at home to lose to the Giants, mind you, coming off a big win, but still, if they lose this game, that's the end of the year for them. Like I think they might squeeze in a wild card spot, but I think that, like you said, it was before, you fall off at a certain point, and I think that this might be the end of the Chiefs. Who knows? We'll see. I got the Chiefs though, and I personally think that they're better than that, and that they'll win this week, and this will be the beginning of their comeback. I don't see them going super deep into the playoffs. There might be some other surprises, but I got the Chiefs right there.
I think just to put some context around the Chiefs, it's not like they've lost to some terrible teams. Like they've lost to Titans, the Bills. Who was their third team? But they pretty much all got winning records, bro, and they're either at the top of the conference or top of their division. So they're not losing against terrible teams. It's just that the good teams are stepping up as well now. So, picks of the week.
Sweet boys, man, that's pretty good. Pretty detailed picks there, boys. But it's all good, man. Pretty insightful. I'm learning. I'm just listening and like, oh yeah. That's what I'm gonna do for my.
Damn it, cause like, fucking call him on the side, but like, Tony, wake up, Bruce.
No, I was just waiting to see who's gonna pick my Steelers for this week. So, thanks Ash for the backup. Nah, man.
Pound.
Fuck it. They're gonna bring back the paper bag and shit. Who that?
Oh man.
Sweet brothers, that's us for another week. Hopefully your teams will come through. The Bears will come through. The New England will come through. give you guys a smile on your face this weekend. So
Always smile. Always smile.
thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, straight up, always
boys.
smile, Zeus.